What's going on, everyone? My name is JX, and welcome back to the channel. We have another motion comic breakdown a little bit after a year. I'm so excited to break this down. The introduction of Chee'ilth, a new original character, straight from Kabam, First Nations character, told by First Nations people, is pretty awesome. I'm very excited for that. And of course, Kushala, someone I predicted to come to the game, I voted for as well. Is just so nice, and to finally get some vengeance for her, the Spirit Rider. And yeah, this is a great motion comic. We're gonna go frame by frame. We're also gonna be talking about the official Chee'ilth comic that was given to everyone that went to New York Comic Con and at the Battleground Brawl, but is also available for free on Marvel Insider. So if you have not read this comic, I'll talk about it, of course, but it's a pretty short comic. It's a pretty easy read. It's really nice. It tells her origin story. So this motion comic, which is so cool to have a regular comic and a motion comic, like that is just, first off, so cool. Anyways, we start off with this person saying, listen around, kids. This is the story of our champion, Chee'ilth. It's so cool. She's in the stars, and then it transitions. So we got a little bit at the summit and Brawl, and so she's actually. She's in the field. We see nuclear power plants, the towers. We see a mortal abomination. Can't mistake his silhouette. And so she's standing over somebody. She's looking, and we go to see him. And then she uses her axe. It is electrified like Stormbreaker, and then we kind of get like an Alfred Hitchcock moment where it's like splat, the blood. But then we transition to her healing him, which is very interesting. And so she's healing him, and we actually see Rick Jones, which is cool because continuity error actually on Kabam's part. In the bio for Immortal Abomination, it says he's General 14, which is kind of incorrect because in the comics, General 14 became Immortal Abomination after Rick Jones was separated from Immortal Abomination. So it's impossible for General 14 to look like Immortal Abomination. So this actually shows Rick Jones' body because he was dead. It's like his dead body reanimated with the one below all, which would make sense, with the story of the game, but that bio is still incorrect, so hopefully they'll change that, but it's cool. Anyways, the failing doesn't work. It doesn't, she can't resort him back to his original body, or it could just not be Rick Jones, but then it basically says that Chee'ilth has the gift of sight, and she can see what's lurking, the one below all, in this army of the Green Door, which ties to the Immortal Hulk run, if you haven't read it. Amazing story. Al Ewing, also wrote the Country Champions comic book, at least the 2015 one. Great guy. And yeah, so we see the Green Door opening. Basically it's the portal between the One Below's realm and real life. And it's basically, every time Hulk dies, he goes through the Green Door, and then he gets spit back out because he's immortal. So it's really cool. So you see Immortal Hulk, you see Immortal Abomination, you see Sasquatch, another Gamma Mutate. You're going to see like Red Hulk. You're probably going to see like Rhino, a couple other Gamma Mutates. It's really interesting. So her eyes are crying, and you can see the one below all skull face. With her and Kushala running at him, and then it transitions to her basically asking permission, from Brother Grizzly and Sister Eagle, who granted her powers originally, which I'll talk about in just a second. They had heard her, and they talk about Kushala's prayers to join the battle. So yeah, it's really cool. We see Kushala. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. She is the Sorcerer Supreme and the Spirit Rider from the 1800s, who got moved into today's. And if you've read the comics, she was just in a run. What was she just in? She was just in a comic not too long ago. I don't know why I'm blanking on that. She was in... Midnight Suns. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Midnight Suns. Which is cool because we kind of got a Midnight Suns event last month. And yeah, so they hear her prayers, and they basically summon... I'm guessing they summon Chee'ilth. So that's pretty awesome, and then they're fighting the one below all. So I think it's super cool, man. Super cool. Super cool indeed. And I actually wanted to... kind of show, there you go, there's a Spirit Rider, which you'll see the scene in her gameplay once we get that. Here we go. So in this is the final page of this comic right here. Like I said, it's for free. Basically talks about her origin story. She basically had an abusive foster parent, and there was an explosion at a gamma reactor, and it started making gamma mutates showing up everywhere. So she saved her abusive father, and Brother Grizzly and Sister Eagle saw potential, and they said, "Will you accept? We see your courage at this terrible travesty. accept our gift and we can help you help them. And so she gets transformed. She starts fighting these gamma mutates and then healing them. So kind of what we saw in the motion comic. She's a firefighter and paramedic. She helps other people, beating up other abusers and getting rid of people endangering animals. And she says, "Today I come forth, Sister Eagle and Brother Grizzly, to ask permission to join the contest of champions. I know that some good can be there, and something is calling me, something that needs me. And you have proven yourself as our champion. Now go and be a champion on your own terms. And I will make the Scotten people proud, and there be the hero that I always could be. Continued in Marvel Contest Champions." So, yeah, it's really cool. I mean, this comic is awesome. The story is going to be awesome. We're getting the One Bullet Wall, continuing from, obviously when Immortal Hulk and Immortal Abomination joined the game. Is really amazing, and I'm very, very, very excited to see what happens next. If you don't know what the One Bullet Wall, basically he's the opposite of the One Above All, so he's all about, the death and destruction of the multiverse and realities. It's a pretty, it's one of the, it's as big as a villain you can really get. So I'm very excited to see how Kabam are gonna tackle that, and Kushala as well tackling that. Her story is, she's a spirit. She's a summoner, sorcerer supreme. I almost said what Jack said on the stream today. Sorcerer supreme, and obviously the spirit of vengeance. Her people were attacked by the U.S. military in the 1800s, and so she's a spirit of vengeance for them. And she's kind of joined the sorcerer supremes in her original run with Strange and like a Brazilian sorcerer supreme and a bunch of other cool people. But yeah, it's super exciting. I genuinely am excited, and hopefully it'll be a great month. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this breakdown. Hopefully we get more motion comics. They are always amazing. I always like the reveal trailers, but I just think the motion comics have more narrative. There's always more narrative, and I'm being a narrative person. I'm gonna gravitate more to the motion comics. So if you want more motion comics, let Kabam know, and we'll get more for sure. All right, to next month, and a great good luck getting the new progression titles. If you haven't heard, Valiant is on the way in 12 days. So good luck, everyone. Peace out.